Okay, so now you don't know what
You've got bad genes over time. What's going to happen is that more of them are going to be disabled.
Somebody from another village.
I'm going on camera with this, man. This is debate. Let's debate, man. This is debate.
That's what he's saying.
What are you saying about genes?
Basically, there's a lot of people here, like a lot of Americans here, and a lot of white.
content over everything.
So Western people say that marrying your cousin is bad, yeah? No, I don't marry my cousin or anything, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is like, obviously, like, if you look at Jewish people here, they basically like marry their cousins all the time. And they seem pretty healthy.
But if
like,
just so happened for whatever reason, it was a law,
everyone
right?
looks up to them like they're really great and stuff like that.
Everyone can only have a baby with a black person, right? If it just so happens to be. Like, obviously over time,
But the thing is, yeah,
because
like,
of the
Jews,
melanin,
average white guy,
everyone's going to be black.
But how many blacks are there in the world?
No, I just say it's just a complete
Yeah,
hypothetical.
I can understand.
It's not going to happen. I'm just saying that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
So that's actually true.
By agreeing with him now, because that's an impossibility.
It's called hypothetical for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, we can just agree
He's
with
not
something.
just saying that.
I know that. Have you seen me agree with anything you said other than that?
No.
Right.
Then what's
So my
your point?
My point is literally that let's just be sincere.
Yeah, you're saying there are dominant
I'm
genes.
a
Yeah,
brown guy,
we can all agree with
If I
that.
marry someone like this guy, yeah, or like
But
a woman,
that shouldn't be.
if I marry a black
You
woman,
can't let him use that as an argument to say that inbreeding is good.
No, but hold on. No, I'm totally against that.
I know,
See,
but
that's the
like,
thing, because you're in your feelings right now, you can't be sincere and be straight. He says something that's true, okay.
but what did he say?
everything
What
else,
did he say? He didn't say that.
oh my day, brother. It's dominant genes. That's it, done, boom, full stop. It's dominant genes.
Do you have any scientific training? What scientific training do you have?
I got some but basic stuff.
These children that are dominant. It's genetic selection. So if you're going to carry on marrying within the same community, with the same gene pool, you are going to keep weakening that gene pool. And you're going to have babies that are going to be disabled, handicapped mentally or physically. Yeah, it's simple science.
I don't think we
Simple
disagree.
science.
Yeah.
It's just redundant. Let's just forget this. It's not a big deal.
It's a no-no.
End of the day, we both agree it's not about marrying your cousin, right?
Marrying his cousin.
The kids will have Down syndrome.
He's saying that if you keep marrying within the same family and all the genes, where a child is born with the weak genes, he won't be able to reproduce, and that gene will be, that weak gene will be cleaned out of the family. But what he doesn't realize is the remaining people within that family still have that gene in them. Yeah, because they still have the gene. It's only that they haven't produced a child that carries that disease. But if they marry another cousin which has that gene for the disease, the child will be handicapped or whatever, mental disease or physical illness, whatever.
Is that how genetics work?
But in his head, I told him to have to take biology lessons.
Oh, yeah.
But you talk about it, but you don't think that he's right.
He said, hey, man, you should on the camera for this one, yeah. Don't want it. No camera.
What's about to happen?
That was like the first you could say Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta. Which basically means not to. Not to, and end of knowledge. It's actually is knowledge, which is mind, of course. That keeps us going, right? We know more knowledge, more knowledge, more knowledge. But coming to the end of knowledge, it doesn't mean you become dunce. It means you just understand what's true. You don't need to seek anymore.
Where does it originate?
India. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
was interesting.
Thank you.
From Holland, so I was
You're from where?
from the Netherlands, from Holland.
Oh, okay, Holland. Oh, Holland.
And I watched Speaker Scholars for a while now. And it's good to see change, you know, from the how do you say, from the normal discussion.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I've been talking about this, even with this brother, you know, I've been talking to him about it, but he's been airing me. Airing me. For about a year. But actually, with my own camera, I've been doing it for about 7 weeks. And then that COE video was, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
But people don't really want to... The funny thing is, in my opinion, I don't feel people truly want truth. They say they do, but it scares them, scares the mind. Because when one is essentially saying that you are not the mind, what's the mind going to do? It's going to put his boxing gloves on and say, no, I am here, it's me. I am the real reality. But how can it be when mind comes and goes like that? We fall asleep, where's mind? We exist, yes, but not as a thought. This is our actual experience.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm not sure about it. You know, I'm not sure about the whole context, but it's interesting. You know, it's from a different perspective.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And I'm not sure how you're Muslim. Right? I'm not sure how Islam, you know, plays in the role in that. So, but discuss about consciousness and itself is always.
But many Muslims speak of this. This is the thing. Many Muslims.
Yeah.
I speak to Muslims here at this park about this. Who agree?
Yeah, that's
You know what I
agree
mean?
with you.
It's just, and Christians. Actually, no, I haven't talked to any Christians at this park, but I know of Christians who understand this.
So you're saying it's a natural reaction to go on the defense.
It's like,
It's
you
the
know,
ego's natural reaction, yes.
someone's trying to change your mind, you're instantly going to put it.
Yeah.
That's true. But
You're not feeding it anymore.
yeah, but the mind is a beautiful thing in at the same time. And
Of course it's beautiful.
Exactly, and it's a whole dimension. For example, I like the phrase "my world" or "his world," right?
Yeah,
Because when you think about it in a bit, you and your world, everything that you see is your world, and you're thinking in a different way. Huh? Everything like You choose to unconsciously exactly. what we choose to see. Exactly. So it's your world. For example, sometimes you might imagine something in a different way, or you might see the world in a different way. But when you tell it someone else, they might think they know what you're saying. They might be like, yeah. But you're actually seeing a different image, a different imagination.
Yeah, and you couldn't know.
You couldn't know.
It's just like, you know, how is my red the same as your red?
Exactly.
You don't actually know that.
You never know. Like, how do I taste sweet, and how do you taste sweet?
And that's where objectivity becomes interesting.
Exactly.
Because how can we really, truly say there is such thing?
You see, it's beautiful that it's really beautiful thing to actually to contemplate the mind. Because even in Islam, that's what we taught. For example, imagine that first of all, Islam means to. Like, I'm gonna go a little bit dissection. Yeah, Islam means to submit to Allah, right? But what does the word mean? That's what everybody's taught. But the real meaning behind it means like submission to peace, right? To salim, right? Muslim
Yeah, and
means
I don't disagree.
exactly submit to peace, give yourself to peace. But then you have to ask, where does peace come from?
That's the question. What
Right?
would you say?
Right? Wait, I'll get there.
Oh, you're going to say?
Yeah. So basically, where does peace come from? Who's the owner?
come from?
Comes from. Like, where's it from? Because you're saying I'm about to connect to peace, but which peace are you talking about?
I know what I would
essence?
say, but I'll hear you.
Yeah, so where's the essence? So the meaning of Islam is to seek the essence of peace. Because for example, God, when God is talking about the world, there is dunya and there is ard. So people mistake these two words. Dunya, ard. Right? So some people will say this world is cursed, this world is this. No, dunya doesn't mean that. Because every time dunya is mentioned in the Quran and the Hadith, it follows by what? Glitters and glamour, fake light. And then the Quran talks about ard, where you should reflect where the real reality is. Ard is the earth, basically. We should reflect on earth and observe it and contemplate on it. And then there's the verse in the Quran talks about the inner light, nur ala nur, right? We all have this inner light that we should all understand and know the self, connect to the self, know who you are, right? So once you sit into that, then after that you would know where this, because your light needs energy. Because in this world we have two types of light, right? There is a borrowed light and there's a given light. For example, if you get a diamond and you glitter a torch on the diamond, what happens? It glitters, beautiful, but take it away. Now, the diamond is dunya, the torch is the original, like, it's the light, obviously, if it is using thingy. So now, what do you need to enlighten your art? The energy, the source, the energy of light, the wisdom, which you will stick into. You understand what I'm saying? Does everyone get what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
can we just
recap?
Let's just go back to that peace thing.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you experience peace when you're sleeping?
Do I experience peace? You have to tell me what definition of peace. Like, what's your definition of peace first? Because I need to understand what peace is to you first.
State of mind.
As in, no troubles, for example. Absolutely no troubles.
Well, I can't say that because I get dreams.
No, I don't
nightmares.
mean dreams. Nightmares. Of course, that's not peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, what they call deep sleep prior to dreams.
Okay, deep sleep.
Yeah. Would you say that's?
Do I say that's peace? Me, that's not peaceful.
It's not peaceful.
No, it's not.
What isn't peaceful about it?
Okay, peaceful is being aware, conscious, right? Without, with everything going the way it should be. Like, for example, this world is like it's a geometrical pattern and everything connects, right? If everything goes the natural way that it should go, normally, without any trouble, without people trying to defy the laws of nature, the laws of sacred geometry, then it'll be cool.
Well, hold on, I want to go back to what you just said because it's amazing to me what you just said.
Thank you.
You're saying when you're sleeping, no dreams, you're not experiencing peace.
Well, that's not my definition of peace.
No, but what would you say it is then? What would you say it is?
It's just like having contentment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Contentment is not peace? It's not peaceful, like to be content?
Yeah, you have to be content and
What I'm trying to say is...
But I want to be
when
aware
you're
though.
speaking, no, but you are aware because you're aware of the lack of dream. You are that awareness.
But when I'm sleeping, I'm not aware though.
No, you are aware. Okay, I just said you're aware whether you're dreaming or whether you're not dreaming. Even to the point, if someone walked in the room and touched you, what are you going to do? You're going to be, oh, what's that? Right? It's just because there's no thoughts, we feel like we're not aware. But we're aware whether there's a thought or not a thought. This is the thing. You are aware. You are that which is actually the peace, I would say, that experience comes out of. Because, for example, the space around our bodies right now has to be, say, devoid of the color red, so we can pick out different colors. If space was red, everything would seem red. If our eyes were red, everything would seem red, right? So, same way, this awareness has to be, I'm suggesting, devoid of any qualities for us to perceive a quality. That's a dream. That's a thought. That's a nightmare, like you said. You know what I'm saying? So that which is us, because nightmares come to you, whatever the you is, dreams come to you, whatever the dream is, that is that peace that I'm suggesting you have all the time. All the time. It's just thought can never find it. But thought can only think of an object. Try to think of nothing. Impossible, obviously. You might think of that.
It's possible with meditation.
No, the fact,
Okay, wait, hold on.
About,
Tell me how to think of nothing in meditation.
It is a lifelong practice.
But tell me what that could be like. So, because I'm saying it's impossible, but you're saying it's possible. So just explain more.
But I can't claim that.
even if you say that I'm gonna think of nothing, you're still thinking of nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's a misconception of meditation, with all due respect. But meditation is not about clearing thoughts. It's about understanding you are not the thought. You just become the observer of the thought. It's not about clearing thoughts. Not even Buddha would say that. Yeah? I'm just saying respect. It's not about getting rid of thoughts or controlling mind, like many people say. Because meditation has been completely misconstrued, quite frankly, around many parts of the world. Not everywhere, but many parts.
So now, going back to the sleeping and the peace. You know what I normally find peace? It's like if I was in a mountain, looking about the horizon, the sunset, quiet, birds singing, that is peaceful for me. You hear me? That's
another form of peace.
The thought is there, but there's a thought at that moment, like accompanying you, like telling you, all right, this is nice. I love it. Oh, look at that. You know what I mean? That thought.
But the thing about that piece is transient. Because that piece is dependent on the scenery being perfect for you, for your particular ego.
But also, it's the same that you're talking about, also it depends on you sleeping or going to deep sleep.
So say again?
Even the piece that you're talking about depends on me going to deep sleep.
I hear what you're saying, but does anybody not sleep? I'll just use you. It's not about you. Use you. You do sleep. But the thing is, if what I'm saying makes sense to you, that should be enough. Yeah? You do sleep. Yes, sometimes, right? Hopefully every day. You've got insomnia, you know.
Yeah, every night.
Right, yeah. And by definition, if there's no experience of anything, it's a word, but we can say that's peace, as in no thoughts, no emotions, right? That isn't dependent, I'm suggesting, on anything, because it's always there. It's just the mind can't see it.
Isn't in Islam,
The mind can't see it.
that when we sleep, our soul, the ruh, goes up into the heavens?
Nah,
Say it
actually,
again, please.
In Islam, as far as I know, when we sleep, the soul goes up into the heavens.
I can dig that, yeah. Because you're more at peace. Heaven, we think of like the best, experience.
So you say that's for our subconscious.
Does it say it in the Quran, out of interest? Does it say it in the Quran? Or does it just say
I'm not sure if it says in the Quran.
Yeah, I can dig that.
it says that basically when you go to sleep, forget these people.
That's not peace.
To get to peace, so we were talking about, was it the hadith? Sorry, the hadith. I'm losing track.
Watch your back, watch your back. Try something.
Yeah, there is a hadith that says that when you sleep, you are not dead, but at the same time you're not here. Right? It said that the soul,
Completely agree.
the soul, right? It goes between like the realms of the spiritual realm and the physical realm. It's in between. There's I forgot the name.
The small death.
No, it's not small death. It has a name. There's an Arabic name that is called that realm. The barzakh, in between. So in the barzakh is where you're able to see things like in your dreams. Sometimes you might see someone from a different area. The next day you woke up, you see the same guy from the same area. You see, now you've traveled, you've met people in your own dreams in a way that could make sense. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that's what I think dreams are.
Well, okay, basically, in other words, for example, sometimes it's said that the soul travels in Islam, right? The soul travels, when you sleep in, the soul travels. Some souls will go to Aliyin, right? Aliyin is where like your ancestors or people that died are, right? So in Aliyin, for example, let's say you had a pious grandfather or someone who was goodly, highly spiritual. If they ask, the Creator or the Divine Power to meet with you, then they will meet with you in your dream in that way. Then the next day you wake up. I think it's part of the hadith. So basically, you're able to meet them, but it rarely happens. But it depends. You get me? So in that sense, let me explain what Aliyin is like. When you die, you don't go to. When people die, basically in Islam, we believe that there is Aliyin and Sijin, whereby the bad people go to Sijin, the good people go to Aliyin. It's the realm between this life when you leave to the next life, which is like heaven, where people call it heaven. Because when the whole earth is destroyed, then that is when we move on, I guess, something like that. But basically dreaming, that's dreaming. I did.
What would you say dream? I just see it as it's our only access to our subconscious that we can actually visually see. Let's say there's something annoying us, let's say, like we've lost something really valuable, and then our brain, it's really good at telling us what's wrong with our lives. But
how would you explain seeing something in your dream that was going to happen yesterday, so what's going to happen tomorrow? Like you see something today on your dream, and then it happens tomorrow in your vision. Like you literally see. How do you explain that?
Well, I'm not saying that like it's all just in your mind. I do think you can conceive things that happen after, and I'm not saying you can't just explain that by saying there is a God. There is more ways to explain. Like there is more forces at play than just our brains. But I'm not saying it's like a straight direction to God.
Yeah. But you see, the reason why people act like that is because, people think everything that they know is the correct thing. There's a guy, he invented a bike that goes the wrong way.
Smarter every day.
Yeah, exactly. You seen that video? He invented a bike, So you know how normally a bike goes straight, you go left, it goes left. But this bike, if you go left, it goes right.
Wow.
Yeah. If you go right, it goes left. It's really hard to actually, and the main reason why he did it is to prove that not everything that you know is exactly the way you know it. Right? Because the mind is a tricky thing. Right? So you can't actually say this is absolute.
Yeah, but
this is exactly how it should.
Point out, then our mind can learn.
Yeah, it can learn. But the point is that his mind was used to riding a normal bike. And then later on, when he tried his other weird bike, he couldn't adjust it. It took him time.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, whether it was the wrong time or the right time, so whether it was two different bikes, yeah, it was still a bike and you could still ride them. But he couldn't ride them. You could ride one, and guess what happened? After he started riding this weird bike, he forgot how to ride the other bike. It was hard for him to ride the other bike. I mean, so yeah, that's what I mean. So not everything that we know. For example, people might think this is how.
Oh, but this goes back exactly back to what I was saying earlier. I'm not sure if you were saying.
You were thinking that you went deep, but then you came back.
No, I just patient. I let people talk. Or do you? I'm not sure if you said earlier when I was talking about reaching the end of knowledge. Was you here?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Okay.
Let's go back to it.
It's like you're basically saying the mind will keep. The mind will think one thing is a thing, a truth, is how it works, but then it can actually not be that. So you can think, left will go left, but actually goes right.
Yeah.
So mind isn't actually the best authority of truth. That's what I'm suggesting.
Okay, now.
So, now, paragraph. So, no knowledge, because we, particularly in the so-called West, to use a label, we value intellect, right, a lot. If you're highly intelligent in terms of mind, thought, you're the man, you're the woman. But all of this knowledge is relative. All of this knowledge is relative. So, what is
all the knowledge is what?
Relative.
Relative, okay.
Right? Yeah. Not to mention borrowed.
Okay.
Right? So, I'm not going to go down now. But you know what I mean. But this knowledge, yes, I'm not talking about creating cameras. It's beautiful. But I'm saying within ourselves, spiritually talking, how much peace does it give us?
How much peace? What?
Peace. How much peace does it give us?
The brain.
No, just knowledge. Like for example,
you
can have knowledge, you have the less peace you have.
Right.
the more what?
You got it already. Right?
I don't think so. Man.
No, but for example, right? Right? So, like a plural you, if you can, right?
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You broke up.
Yeah.
You have that knowledge. You broke up.
Yeah.
You keep thinking you broke up.
Yeah.
You don't have no peace.
Okay.
You prefer not to have that knowledge of pain or hurt.
Okay.
You prefer to be at peace.
Yeah.
You have knowledge that, I don't know, something happened to whoever you identify as, like, people, right?
Yeah.
That knowledge, you have that knowledge, but spiritually speaking, you have the inner peace. You know what I'm saying? So, coming to the end of knowledge, it's not coming to you, you was always there, that's your blanket, first place. But is where the peace is.
Okay.
But you can flip that round and say
Go on then.
let's say your girlfriend.
No, I'm not talking about ignorance. No, I'm not talking about ignorance.
I'm just saying, let's say your girlfriend was away and you heard something really bad happening in that area where she was away. In which case you find out that she's okay. That knowledge will be. So,
Yes, but 100% agree. But what I'm saying is, it's a piece that is relying on an action, on an outcome, on something else. Your girlfriend was found safe. It's relying on that. But there's this so-called inner peace. I hate using the word inner nowadays. That is constant. I'm saying we can access it all the time. I'm talking about that piece. Yes, there is peace as, okay, she's safe.
So what do you define it?
Okay. Sorry?
What do you define it?
To me, that piece is our central nature.
Right, let me go back to the knowledge and the peace, yeah? So remember earlier I talked about a bike. Imagine, at the end of the day, look, the bike, whether it goes right, let's say, it's like a backward bike. Right is left, left is right, and the other bike's like right is right, left is left, right. But imagine now, let's put that bike mindset into two different beings. One being says, you know what, the sun, right, comes from, you know, like for example, he read a map that was upside down. He's all, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you know what, the sun comes out from the west and settles at the east, right? And then other guy's like, no, you mad, bro. The sun comes from the east, goes to the west. But I think in a way they're both right. It's just like this guy, his mindset's different. Because if you twist his mind up backwards normally, everything falls to place. You get me? So what I'm trying to get at is that, for example, we talked about pain and being in pain and that. The thing is, we humans, we need pain. We need that knowledge of pain and that knowledge of happiness, that knowledge of everything. Why? Because that's what makes
you can ground yourself, then you know what's good and what's bad.
Not only that, because that is what guides us. Imagine, look, I've watched, I don't know if you guys seen, I like watching animation. What's it called? E something, the E, I forgot, but it starts with E, innit? It's a little robot. Wally, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. So, you know the people that live in space, right? All these people knew was, you know, technology, easy life, no pain, food is everywhere, and you know how you see how they became? They became fat. Everybody's about to die. Technology that was called IA.
Through space,
exactly, right? So seeing that kind of vision, it tells you humanity, they need pain, they need happiness, they need sorrow, they need everything that makes them a human. Without it, then you are not a human.
I do agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So knowledge. Let's go back to knowledge. Yeah, knowledge is the base, is the standard point of all mankind, right? No. Wait, let me finish. Now imagine a baby was taken into the jungle, right, and he grew up with animals. That baby, if
his name was Tarzan.
Huh? Let's just say Tarzan, yeah? Even though Tarzan is more like human, but in that sense, this baby would walk like an animal when he grows up into an adult. And if you brought him to this world like normal people like us,
he'd still act like an animal.
Yeah, he'd still act like an animal. Like he would think that we are threats.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that we need it. We need everything that's around us. We need it. So the mind is a powerful thing, man. Like you said, like it's always good to, because then it's. Go on.
It's just.
Yeah, humans are fickle. It's like that scientist who got a chimp with his baby, and then he raised the chimp with his baby, hoping that the chimp would pick up the human-like attributes, and then his child started like doing drugs and actually did it. So we're very easily we can be influenced very easily by our environment.
True, exactly.
It's like it's just different levels of speaking. Like I can completely agree with you on one level, which is the level of mind. Like we need contrast, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
You can't know happiness if you don't know sadness.
True.
Yeah?
True.
100% agree.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that's not our. That's the mind reality. Okay. And I'm saying looking on deeper so-called truth, we are not mind.
Yeah, see, I like that. Let me talk for a minute. Let me talk for a minute. See, as a Muslim, sorry? Are you cutting, yeah? Are you cutting?
Yeah. You can do anything, bro.
So you're only talking to the camera?
He said,
come take over everything from your melanin.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
And you said, you know what? I'm going to take that and use that black, and I'm saying, okay, cool.
Yeah, how does it feel?
What's that got to do with me?
No, I'm asking a question. How does it feel? Bro. I forgot you weren't there.
Bro, I weren't there when man was calling you. I'm not saying I was.
You weren't there.
Why do I need to be there?
Right,
I don't care.
No,
What's that mean? What do you mean?
What I'm trying to mean is that you can't empathise with me.
That's not what empathy means. I don't have to be there to empathise with you. I can understand what it means to be called, to be